Good morning, everyone, and the topic of today is gonna be social media. I just came up with it, and I'm excited to talk about it. What's there to be excited about? I don't know, but it makes for a goddamn boring video if I'm not excited, so I gotta act excited. Yeah, are you excited with me? Are you gonna act excited with me? Thank you. Keep up the energy. Let's go. This is Health Industry, and I'm your host, Dr. Hitosh Daya. And we are gonna talk about social media. Now, what social media are we going to talk about? That's the question. That's the $1,000,000 question. What are we going to talk about? Are we going to talk about Facebook, Instagram, or Snapchat? Well, all three plus YouTube. Why plus YouTube? Because why the fuck not? That's where most people made their money initially. So we're going to talk about YouTube as well. So, okay, let's start with YouTube. Pros and cons. What I love about YouTube. I'm a PewDiePie fan despite being an Indian. Hate me if you want, but I am who I am and I'm not gonna apologize for it. Fuck T-Series. That's a corporate industry. PewDiePie is an individual creator. So there was no comparison to begin with. Now, people who initially made money on YouTube were individual creators. And I guess they made a hell of a lot money out of it. I guess it's the dream life if you see it from afar. You know, you sit on your table, turn on the camera, turn on your computer, you watch a funny video and smile on it, and boom, a lakh views and a lakh rupees with them. Sounds like the dream, right? And I'm not gonna say I'm not jealous, but let's try and see the bigger picture. There is no fucking big picture. It is a damn easy job with a lot of money, and it's fucking unfair. That's what it is. So now, the cons of YouTube, I guess. The cons of YouTube is the expirability. I suppose no content kinda is kinda no content cannot eventually get boring, even you personally. People outgrow the content. For example, let's say you watch a YouTuber, right? You love his personality, you love his content, he makes funny video or roasts. What happens over time is, I guess, his personality becomes stale to you. You know who he is, you know what kind of joke he cracks, and then he becomes stale. You stop watching the guy. The algorithm kinds of sees that you're no longer interested in this person, as the view length of your as the amount of time you spend on his videos decreases. The algorithm just slowly filters him out of your feed. That's what happens. That's the, I suppose, the number one con of being a YouTuber. I wouldn't know, but that's what I get the kind of feel from. I suppose the second is the attention validating behavior that it feeds in its creator. I've seen a lots of, for example, Deepak Kalal. You guys know he's an artist. I guess there's a saying. There's a saying in some book I've read a long time ago. There is no such thing. There's no such thing as negative publicity. And obviously, Robert Greene also preached court attention at all cost. I agree with both of these philosophies, but not completely, because believe me, the type of attention they've courted, I suppose I wouldn't want to risk courting such attention. For example, these guys, these Indian stars who instigate play fights, they're not fighting really, trust me. They know how to get attention. These two influencers, they will have a so-called fight. One person will roast the other guy. This guy will challenge him, that come to my boxing match, come to powerlifting. You know who I'm talking about. I don't want to name any names, but this kind of nonsense to garner attention, to get views, and to get money, basically, it works. That's why they're doing it. And I suppose, as a doctor, as a professional, I can't risk my professional career over this, but there's a lot of trap videos, right? There are a lot of thumbnails sticky thumbnails. You won't believe what has happened, for example, like this. And then what has happened? Nothing fucking has happened in the entire damn video. The entire video is boring. So the people who master the clickbait and they do not learn how to deliver on their baits. Okay, so a good creator, obviously as a creator you have to do clickbaits. For example, if I keep sticking to these boring videos, boring lectures, my channel will never gain traction. I will have to eventually provide clickbaits, right? Because otherwise the algorithm will never promote my videos, never, unless I can somehow hook. It is Mr. Beast, who once one of the greatest YouTubers currently, he kind of explained that how to make your content publishable. So what he explained was that you need a hook, as in the fishing line hook, and that you need to reel them in. So the hook needs to be something that grabs attention in an instant. You see thousands of hooks daily. For example, let's suppose I want to make a video regarding gym. If I preach the basics, right? Okay, do compound exercises and do maintain discipline and do this and that, and over 6 months to a year, you guys will lose fat. Never gonna get any views. Trust me, I know, because I've made those kind of videos. Never gonna get any views. The video that I know will get views is me standing like this with a stethoscope shouting, "Doctor tells you how to get views." Sorry, kind of blundered there. Doctor tells you how to lose fat, complete belly fat, and get abs in 1 week only. Guaranteed results, 100%. And then I will tell you, get liposuction done. Go to a surgeon, get liposuction done. Liposuction is a procedure in which a doctor cuts you open a little bit and then inserts a suction machine, and using laser or cryotherapy, we basically kill your fat cells in your body and then suction them out. It is an invasive procedure, but it is an outpatient procedure. That is, you will be able to go in and get the procedure done after a pre-anesthetic checkup and some basic blood work. You will be able to get rid of, not all the fat cannot be removed in one sitting. It depends on your level of fat. For example, me, I would be able to get rid of all the fat in a single sitting because I don't have much. But depending on your condition, there may be multiple sessions, and I could get abs tomorrow the easy way. But trust me, it is not worth it. Abs are only worth it if you get them through discipline and gym. So I suppose if I title this video as as what I just explained, it has a fairly good chance of getting some views, some traction somehow. Now, I suppose we kind of got derailed from the topic of social media. Now let's talk about let's talk about the previously popular social media, the Facebook. I suppose the movie of the rise and fall of Facebook. What was the Social Network? It's an amazing movie, one of the most amazing, one of the nicest movies I've watched. I've grown tired of watching all kind of movies, and in a recent time, the two good movies that I watched related to this stuff was the Social Network, and there was the other book known as, I suppose, Moneyball. It's an old film, but I watched it recently. Great recommendations. Absolutely recommend you guys watch Moneyball and watch the Social Network. Now, next thing, Facebook, pros and cons. I suppose Facebook was the old guy's social media. It has since grown dulled compared to Instagram. Instagram's short form content provides great dopamine rush, great hits, and its suppose profile building is much more intuitive, much more interface friendly and pleasing to the eye. So I suppose social media, the number one use of social media is, I suppose, the dating market. You gotta build a profile, you gotta build yourself, look a certain way, look trendy, look rich. I kind of don't do it. I like to just show myself, show who I am on social media. That's how I use it. Now, the number one use of social media is building a personal brand. Now, let me tell you what it is and why this is the number one pros of social media. All other are cons. Okay. First of all, let's avoid giving social media access to too young children, because that, I believe, would kind of make them attention seeking horse, I would say. And too harsh a word, I'm sorry, as a doctor doesn't suit me. So let's just try not to give social media access to too younger children. And I suppose building a personal brand, let's talk about that first. So building a personal brand, why is it important in this day and age? For example, why am I doing these YouTube videos? Because trust me, when you think about Tata, who do you think about? You think about Ratan Tata. You think about immediately the image in your head is reliability. Immediately the image in your head is reliability and trust and generosity, because Sir Ratan Tata is known to be a very generous philanthropist. And now that is his personal brand. Trust me when I say, let's suppose the Tata company has some fallout, and let's assume that late Sir Ratan Tata has some reason he needs to start something new. Let me tell you, his name alone would sell a new company for 1 CR, 10 CR, or 100 CR even. His name alone would just, he could open a new company today with a new name, and that company would have the same trust and same reliability as the entirety of Tata conglomerate, 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 because of that one man's personal brand. So that is the power of personal branding. There is such a thing as a corporate branding. For example, Toyota. Toyota is one of the premium examples of amazing corporate branding. Toyota is also known for its reliability, its amazing service, amazing customer services that they just kind of give away. So that's the amazing part of it. Okay. Now, as a health provider, what kind of personal brand I need to build? The kind I need to build is, again, is the same all in general. One of honesty, one of trust, and one of reliability. Someone who can get things done, someone who will do right by you, and someone who will do right by you in a way that is ethical and professional. So that is the kind of personal brand I hope to build. So I can't really lie and do ridiculous nonsense, because trust me, for example, let's say in the future I invest in a hospital. I'm a first generation doctor, me and my sibling only, and we do not have much of a medical background aside from our immediate parents. So obviously, as a doctor family, we would hope to eventually own our own hospitals and make amazing kind of money. But the issue with that is gonna be, a hospital is a very, 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 very costly endeavor. It will require thousands of crores of investment money, and no individual guy could do it. It will require at least 10 to 20 doctors, experienced and rich, influential doctors in cities, in areas, coming together to build a corporate group or trust that could even then, all of them taking loans together, would be able to finance a complete hospital or even a medical college later on. Now, to afford all that and to do my part, a vital thing I could do is build a personal brand along with it. For example, let's say I have a fallout, there are things that can happen in which I could lose my position, I don't know. But if I have a personal brand, I can just my position becomes unshakable. For example, if I know that 100 patients I've cured will bring me 100 more patients, that is my personal power. That is power of no hospital or no corporate. I know that my name alone will bring patients. That is the kind of reliability and trust a doctor needs to build. And how does a doctor does it? A doctor does it through competence, communication skill, and hard work. Plain, simple, hard work. That is how a doctor does it. So the third social media I'm going to talk about is Instagram and Snapchat. Snapchat is, I guess I'm too old for Snapchat, but I know how to use it, so I'm not so left behind. But I believe in 5 to 10 years, even Snapchat will be old news and people will move on to something new. I don't know what's that gonna be, but it's definitely gonna be something. I personally have never used TikTok or stuff, so I can't render any opinion on that. But I guess YouTube and Instagram are my bread and butter. I would like to. So what would health industry recommend? Health industry would recommend that you use social media and don't let social media use you. Let's talk about the cons. Cons I can think of out of my head about social media is that number one, don't be attention whore. Don't do anything for your attention to gain the media attention, because trust me, if you are a professional, if you have nothing to lose, do anything. Do anything on social media. People are getting money by doing nonsense on YouTube and social media. Example is these characters who are doing play fights, doing anything to gain attention, right? There is Gary Minati. He makes, I suppose, roast videos, but what he did good was, as he was getting out of trend, he elevated his content to a level of pro level, I suppose, comedy clips. He now releases once in a month, because if he continued ranting on random videos daily with his same typical style, eventually he would have gotten boring and would have lost his audience and lost everything on YouTube. But he improvised and he improved. Props to Mr. Kerry Minati. So what we're going to talk about next? Another con. That's one con. Don't be attention whore. Maintain professionalism if you are in a profession requiring integrity and trust. Point number 2 would be regarding social media. Would be, I suppose, don't let others' perfect social media fool you into thinking that they have perfect lives too. Everyone has problem. Everyone shits in the morning. Remember that. Before you think that someone is so perfect, don't let social media destroy your self-esteem, or make you feel inferior compared to others' lifestyle. If someone is posting constant weekend holidays, trust me, they do not have real enjoyment in their life. Because whenever I was having real actual fun sitting with my friends, playing cards, laughing constantly in a mad dash, I had no time to pick up the damn camera. If someone has the time to pick up the camera and record a moment, they are not living in the present to the fullest. Just remember that. Number 3, what would be the another con? Loss of privacy. Social media gives too many people too much access to your life, and I suppose try and protect your privacy unless you're willing to sacrifice it, which I kind of am. Protect your privacy, avoid scams. I have seen scams happen to good, respectable people. Try not to fall into them. Make sure you don't type your password in front of other people. That is the basic stuff. I don't want to preach, go on and on about it. So health industry would recommend that you use social media, but don't let social media use you. And that is health industry, always looking out for what's best for you. Yes, you. Who's that? I am always looking out for you. Ask any medical advice and I will answer it to the best of my abilities. This is Dr. Hitosh Taya, always ready to help out people. Peace out.